God of War was a revolution of a game, with its combat and story, but it was getting stale. So the developers decided for a reboot, and it was one of the best decisions ever. They sacrificed a game and hundreds of people for this, and in my opinion, it was well worth it. So I'd like to talk about the face of the game, who changed as much as them, Kratos, the God of War. We start with the man, the myth, the legend, Kratos, a Greek war general that has thousands of kills under his belt, and is also the son of Zeus and an Earth woman. During a war, Kratos calls for the god of war, Ares, for strength to defeat his enemies in battle, for anything that Ares wanted. So, Ares gifted him the Blades of Chaos, weapons capable of igniting the very gods themselves. But the cost of what Ares wanted was an immortal soldier who would do anything that he commanded. So Kratos, stripped of his humanity, killed his wife and daughter unknowingly under Ares' command, which kicked off the OG God of War trilogy, a revenge spree with Kratos eventually killing all the gods, including his father Zeus, but dooming Greece in the process. In the next God of War game, which is the one we talk about, we could pick up about 1,000 years later, and Kratos seems to be a much different man from what we used to know. He's living in a small cabin in the woods with his new son Atreus and his new wife Faye, who passed away recently. And the goal of the game is also much simpler, well, seemingly much simpler, as the goal of the game is bringing Faye's ashes to the tallest mountain in the Nine Realms, which is where we discover that Kratos is now in Norway in Norse mythology. This adventure will be tougher than we expected, as the tallest mountain in the Nine Realms is actually Jotunheim, the land of giants, which was sealed off from the rest of the realm a long time ago, before Kratos even came to Norway. But after a long journey, making new friends, and picking up a living head, they get to Jotunheim, and found out that Faye was a giant, and that she predicted the entire quest 3,000 years ago, which is older than Kratos, him being around 1,500 years old. Scene 1. I'd like to talk about Atreus' first living kills, and how Kratos helped Atreus deal with them. First is with the deer, as they go off hunting to get some food, and once Atreus shoots it, it's still living, so it runs away, and Atreus, when Kratos and Atreus get up to it, and Atreus goes to finish it off with a knife, he hesitates, claims he can't, which is understandable. It's hard to kill something that doesn't fight back, but you gotta eat. So Kratos, with a gentle hand, guides Atreus to where the heart is and helps him make sure the deer doesn't suffer. This is way different from the old Kratos, who would have either left the deer to bleed out and die, kill it in a really brutal way, or force Atreus to kill it in a brutal way. Which, it just shows how much he's changed. Seem to. We pick up about an hour after this, and Kratos and Atreus get jumped by a bunch of raiders, which are different from the enemies we've fought so far, as these are living, breathing people, and we've been fighting either undead or animals. So, we start to fight them, as they leave us no choice. But after a little bit, we get caught off guard, and both Kratos and Atreus get pinned down. And Atreus, trying to protect himself, stabs the man through the heart. After a little bit, Kratos kills the man that was on him and rushes to Atreus' side, flinging the corpse off him. And Kratos cradles, or not cradles, but picks up his son and is like, "Are you okay?" And Atreus just stands there shocked as he kills someone. And so Kratos, trying to find some way to make him feel better, gives him some advice that he essentially lives by for a long time. Close your heart to it. These words do help with the fact that Atreus killed a man. Kratos helped Atreus cope, no, and not gloat that Atreus got his first kill like in the first games. He knows that killing someone can be harmful for the perpetrator. well, not harmful, but it can weigh on them very, very much, as the kills he has weighed on him. The final scene I'm talking about takes place a long time after the first two scenes. I believe around 60% way into the game, and we see Kratos and Atreus go underneath the Realm Bridge, which is where they used to travel the realms, except for Asgard and a few others, as wasn't fully implemented. But before we're able to fully get underneath the bridge, we get attacked by one of Thor's kids, Modi, who has come for revenge after we killed his brother a little bit ago. And Atreus, desperate to protect us, uses a Spartan rage before he should, and he gets heavily ill because of it, and because of his godhood. So, Kratos brings Atreus to Freya, to hopefully cure him. Well, she can, but she needs the heart of the bridge keeper in Helheim. But there's one problem. It's insanely cold, so I'm gonna need some extra layers. And the ice axe we've been using since the start of the game is completely useless there, as all enemies are essentially immune to ice. So Kratos, he has an idea, but it's not one he's fond of. The Blades of Chaos, made of primordial flame, so it can keep him both warm and it's very effective in Helheim. But they're the weapons he used to kill the gods of Olympus and his family, so him getting the blades will dig up memories and emotions that Kratos and Atreus might not be prepared for. Atreus might die, so Kratos goes back to the lodge, being haunted by Athena, who's patronizing him, telling him that his poor father, husband, and just a bad person. She's repeating to him over and over that he will always be a monster. And he responds, I know I will always be a monster. But I am your monster no longer, while reclaiming the blades out of love for his son.